Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Maguire's lineup for round 26, the final round of the regular season. Proudly brought to you by Depro, Australia's tax depreciation specialist. We're here with Rabbitohs head coach Michael Maguire. Let's have a look at his lineup for the game against the Newcastle Knights this Friday night. At fullback will be Greg Inglis. On the wings will be Nathan Merritt and Andrew Everingham. And in the centres, we have Matt King and Dylan Farrell. In the halves, at 5'8", we have John Sutton, and at halfback is Adam Reynolds. The front row will be Sam Burgess, Nathan Peets and Roy Asatasi. And the back row will be Eddie Pettybourne, David Taylor and Michael Crocker. On the interchange bench, we have a 7-man bench this week. Jason Clark, Luke Burgess, Chris McQueen, Dave Tyrrell, Isaac Luke, Ben Lowe and Justin Hunt. And a big thank you to our Club 17 sponsors whose logos are up on your screen right now. They sponsor all of our players on game day, and we thank them very much for their support throughout the whole of season 2012. Back here with Rabbitohs head coach Michael Maguire, and a pleasing performance last week. Be hoping to replicate that this Friday night?
Yeah, for sure, Jez. It was very pleasing. Obviously, the boys got back to what they know they're capable of doing, and they just did that for the 80 minutes. It was great to see the boys sort of bounce back after obviously the 2 weeks of a bit of tough times, but we learnt from those 2 weeks, and we definitely took that into the Parramatta game.
A big bench this week, 7 players on that. Still got some decisions to make around your team?
Yeah, I have, Jez. I mean, obviously the short turnaround leaves some big decisions for myself to make. I'm very lucky with the squad we have at the moment. Everyone's healthy and very fit. So it's a good place to be at the moment. A lot of pressure within, trying to make sure that I'm selecting the right team. But again, I go back to the performance. I'm assessing each performance each week, and each player is putting their hand up.
Friday night footy up in Newcastle. The Knights have been up and down all season, but they've got a lot of strike weapons in that team.
Oh, it comes back to ourselves again, Jez, as usual. It's about us, particularly similar to what we did last week against Parramatta. We've got to make sure that we do everything right, that we're capable of doing, and then the results will sort themselves out. The boys played very well against Parramatta with the way they ran extremely hard, and they defended very well. We just need to make sure that we're replicating that on the weekend.
A lot of the talk this week's been about Greg Inglis and his performance, but as you said in your interview after the game, that was on the back of the efforts of particularly the forward pack, but everyone else in the team as well.
Yeah, they're just playing as a real team at the moment. Greggy's getting a lot of talk about what he's doing out the back, but and Greg himself would credit all the players that are in front of him. If they lay the platforms, then Greg can do the things out the back that he's doing. It was great to see Greg play to the way he is very capable of playing, and he probably blew a couple of cobwebs out against that Cronulla game, and he was a bit disappointed about his performance, but he came out and showed what he's very capable of doing. And again, it'd be nice to see if he does that again on Friday night.
Now, we had a lot of support for the mighty Rabbitohs up in Gosford a few weeks ago on a Friday night. You'd be hoping to see a similar amount of support, or even more, up at Hunter Stadium on Friday night?
Yeah, it's growing and growing every week, and we're at the business end of the season now, and the crowd, they play a big part in what we're doing, and the players love it, and we're very, very lucky to have them. So we're expecting a big crowd up there, and hopefully we can hear plenty of noise out of that borough.
Great stuff. Well, good luck on Friday night. We'll all be there right with you.
Good on you, Jez. Thanks, mate.
Now, of course, Maguire's lineup each week is brought to you by Depro, Australia's tax depreciation specialist. And our friends at Depro would like to offer a special discounted fee on your tax depreciation report for all of our 22,000 plus members of the mighty South Sydney Rabbitohs. Please contact Willie Peters on wpeters@depro.com to take advantage of Depro's special offer. Thanks again to Michael Maguire for his team this morning, and we'll be back next week with his lineup for the first week of the finals.